In this video, we're going to learn how to control your mind. There was a time when I had absolutely zero control over my mind. And just like everyone else, I had all these dreams. I wanted to make money, I wanted to build my body. I had all these dreams and ambitions. And every time I tried to do it, I tried to move forward, I tried to make progress, I always find myself giving up or coming up with excuses of why it's difficult, why it won't work out, all these kinds of negative and weak reasons. And this was for everything. Anything that I wanted to do, I had this strong desire, strong urge to do and accomplish and achieve. I found myself that after a short while, after trying, I eventually give up. And therefore, it got me to a point where I could not achieve many things. I'd always want these things just like everyone else. I'd have these desires, but I was never able to accomplish it. And this is actually a very common thing with majority of people because we all have desires, we all have goals and ambitions that we want to accomplish. But the problem is most people run after it. Now the thing that's okay, you have to run after it, but majority of people have no control over their mind. So the inevitable end is they'll give up. When something goes wrong or something becomes a bit tough, like it always will, nothing is always easy. There will be obstacles, there will be challenges that you'll have to overcome. But majority of people, when they face these obstacles, they give up. Their mind is too weak to break the obstacle and keep going. They don't have a winner's mindset. They have a loser's mindset. And I too was in the same place. I had a weak loser mindset and therefore I couldn't accomplish anything. And this was going on for many years. I thought it was all good, I had control over my mind. But every time I try something, it simply won't work out. I'll always end up in my own mind reasoning why it won't work out and why I think that that is the wrong path. Whereas in reality, it was my own mind that was weak. And this kept on happening until I hit rock bottom. I had suffered enough. I was tired of being in that dark negative hole where nothing was working for me. Only I was the weak person. I had reached that point. And you'll see that when you get to that lowest of lows, something always clicks. To the people who have suffered enough, you'll understand. And this video is perfect for you because if you're in that moment right now, it's the perfect moment to change because you're ready to change. So let's get straight to it. How to actually control your mind. I want you to think of it this way. Your mind is a battlefield where there are two parties trying to win the war. And the one which conquers the other will eventually win the war. Now there are two paths in your mind. There is darkness and there is light. This is how I want you to visualize it. And in the darkness dwells the devil. And in the light dwells God. Now darkness simply represents everything that is negative, weak in your own self. It represents the urges, the cravings, the feelings, pleasure, all these things that pull you down is what the darkness represent. And every time you give in to this, for example, you want to watch TV, it just suddenly comes in your mind, you want to watch this TV show. The moment you give in to this feeling, this urge, you weaken your mind control. Another example, you get an urge to have something sweet, you just want to eat something. The moment you decide to take action, go to the kitchen and actually eat it, you again weaken your mind. You let the darkness control your mind. You let the devil take in more space in your mind. And the devil's only objective is to completely control you. It wants to completely spread darkness in your mind so that you lose complete control over your mind, and he has complete control. And when that moment occurs, you will notice you would have become a slave to the devil. The devil wants nothing more. It doesn't want anything good for you. It doesn't want your progress. It doesn't want your success. Because as you grow, the devil becomes weaker and it doesn't want that. It just wants you to be very comfortable, wants you to binge eat, binge watch, just not do anything, just give in to your cravings and feelings, and it can dominate. Now let's take the other side, the side of light, the side of God. Now, how does this side function? It's very simple. Each and every human being, each of us, We have an inner conscience. We have an inner voice. Deep inside us, we know what is right and wrong. We know what we have to do. Now, I'm not talking about what we feel like doing or what is comfortable to us. No. I'm talking about that part of our own self that knows what we have to do. And most of the time, you'll notice that these things are a bit difficult. It's outside our comfort zone. These are things that mostly won't be things that we enjoy doing on a regular basis. It won't be very comfortable. It won't be very pleasurable to your senses. So each and every one of us knows exactly what we have to do. The moment you know you have to do something, majority of the weak people, they'll just ignore that voice and they'll give in to their cravings, and soon they'll go down. They'll become weaker and weaker. But the strong people, the people who have control over their mind, or the people who have taken the decision to start to control their mind, they are the ones, once they have it in their mind that, okay, I need to do this, they'll simply do it. It might be a little difficult initially because at that time you're in ground zero, you have no control over your mind. So at this time, when you get this voice, it'll be difficult to actually take action and go towards this direction. But at that point, you must sit tight. You must just storm through. You can't go to the other side. You can't give in. You must keep going. So the first time you'll notice it's a bit difficult. For example, let me just give you my example right now. I'm recording this video. There is nothing comfortable. There is nothing pleasurable. There is nothing that makes me feel very good and happy when I record this video. This is something that I have to do. It's not really comfortable, but I know it's the right thing to do. And this is the voice that's coming from my inside that's just telling me this is what I have to do. Earlier, when I was my weaker self, I'll just push it. I'll say, well, I'm not ready for the topic. I don't know what to speak about. Or I'm a bit uncomfortable. Maybe tomorrow. There's always tomorrow, right? So we'll record tomorrow. And I just push it and procrastinate and then become weaker and weaker. There was a time when I used to do this for everything in my life. But now, I know I have to record this video. Simply, I'll close my eyes for 1 minute. I'll tell my own mind that, okay, this is what I have to do. I will do it. If I don't do it, I give in to the devil. I become weak. I literally have a vision and imagination of my weakest self. I can physically see that weakness, hollow eyes, thin body, unable to speak, stuttering, stammering, a person with low self-esteem, no friends, low confidence. I can visualize him. And so every time I know that there's something I have to do, and I start to feel that, oh, I don't want to do it, I instantly visualize that self. And I tell my own mind that if I don't do this, I'm giving in, I'm going to become that person. And it's gotten to a point, as you start breaking that initial resistance, the path actually becomes easier. And right now, I don't even have to fight my mind. My mind has become my ally. It's become my friend. There's a saying, your mind is either your greatest enemy or your greatest ally. When you're in ground zero, it's difficult. But slowly, as you keep pushing through and doing what you have to do, you'll notice your mind will start protecting you. It will start making it easier. Even the hard things, you'll notice your mind simply wants to do it. There won't be that kind of resistance anymore. You would have started building that muscle of your mind. And this, my friends, is how you control your mind. Anytime you know you have to do something, simply do it. And also another very important point. If you have committed to doing something in your own mind, you've decided, okay, today at 4 o'clock, I'll go to the gym and train. Or today at 4 o'clock, I'll record this video. Or today at 4 o'clock, I'll go and study. Or whatever. If you have committed, not even maybe physically allowed, but even in your own mind, if you've committed, okay, I'll do it, never break it. Because the moment you break it, like I said, you're going to that weak self. Have a vision, create a vision in your own mind of the weak self. And every time you have this urge to do something, you have this feeling of comfort that you want to give into, just think about this weak self. And then do the opposite. Do what you know you have to do. When you make a promise to yourself, actually accomplish it. Now this way, you'll slowly notice as you keep doing the things you know you have to do, as you keep progressing that difficult path, the path becomes easier and you, my friends, will start to gain control over your mind.